and nailed the shot. So Gonzaga with the ball up 2. And Dower, not quite the varied offensive game of Olynyk, but another guy who can fill it up.
Well, he can, but he's also not a great defender. We saw it on that play.
Here's Bell on the attack. He finds Hart. They just left him wide open. He hits the 3.
How about Mike Hart? That's 6 for 9 on the season. You talk about a judicious use of the three-point line.
Well, Levesque off the bench. He's played very well for St. Mary's. And the junior Jordan Page handling on the perimeter. Stephen Holt off the iron. Tip up, no good. Rebound, Elias Harris. Good start for the 5th-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs playing here on the road. Harris gets a touchdown low. Levesque trying to play post defense against Harris, who comes up short.
Right now, with Levesque in there, it's a spread pick and roll. 3 shooters out there with Dellavedova.
And he finds an open shooter, Page, who misses the 3. Rebound, Hart. Mangos used a little hesitation move, but good transition defense from St. Mary's. Dower launches. That 3, no good. Kind of a funky carom on the rebound, saved by Hart.
How about Mike Hart? All the hustle plays.
Mangos in and out, no good. Rebound, tipped around, and Hart comes away with the ball again.
Stephen Holt knows about Mike Hart. High school teammates at Portland Jesuit. 6A state title.
Extra long possession for the Zags here. Bell's floater, air ball, Dower. That's a jump ball. Hand on the ball, and the jump ball means St. Mary's will have it when we come back. It is rocking in Moraga tonight, but the Zags on the road with the early 5-point lead. The Bay Bridge from San Francisco in Moraga, and the 5th-ranked team of the country, Gonzaga, led by Kelly Olynyk, off to a quick start.
One of the most improved players in the country. We talked about the redshirt year and how much he improved last year. Changed his body. Look at this. Knocks down a 3 early. Posts up inside. Attacks. Gets a basket off an offensive rebound. Zags already have 3 offensive rebounds. Rebounding 50% of their misses thanks to Kelly Olynyk and Mike Hart. But look at his improvement. It hasn't really stopped since November when he got into the lineup. Mark Few has redshirted 27 players at Gonzaga, and if you buy into this, very few guys will redshirt in the middle of their career. He has. Certainly, it's had an impact. And
it's been a hidden part of the success of this Gonzaga program over the years, and Olynyk has turned into the poster kid for taking that redshirt year. Jordan Giusti off the bench, and the ball apparently goes out of bounds off of him. Now, Dellavedova was arguing that the walk-on, who has started to play significant minutes for Randy Bennett, mostly because of his defensive effort, commits a turnover.
And he was matched up with former walk-on David Stockton.
Now, intercepted lob, and here come the Gales.
Watch how they screen for Dellavedova, even in transition.
Mangos has the matchup at the moment. Stockton will sag off of Jordan Giusti. Levesque in the lane. Holt passed up the 3 and is fouled as he puts the ball on the floor. Foul against Gary Bell Jr., sophomore from the Seattle area. And Stephen Holt, as Fran was saying, from that Jesuit program in Portland, has turned into a very good player for St. Mary's. He had a huge second half against Gonzaga up in Spokane.
Yes, he did. He finished with 23, and the thing you like about him is the weakness of Gonzaga, in my opinion, is that perimeter defense. Brandon Paul's 35, Stephen Holt's 23. It's important for Gonzaga to keep Holt under control.
It feels like a game where he can make a big impact. Dellavedova again finds an open shooter. It's Giusti who missed the three. The ball's going to carry him out of bounds, and it is off of St. Mary's.
That time they went strictly dribble drive with no screen. But when you look at this lineup right now for Randy Bennett, you've got four smalls basically because Levesque plays like a stretch four-man.
St. Mary's hasn't hit a three yet. 0 for 4 from the outside. They're going to call a foul against Levesque. Little tangle there near the elbow area. And they're separating the players as well. And I think what you said a moment ago, Fran, applies here. The officials are trying to get control of this game early, and they may well be going to the monitor to see if Bo Levesque committed a flagrant one foul.
Anytime you coach or play in a game like this, you have to understand that if it's a good officiating crew, they're going to call it tight in the first 4 minutes, and you must be ready to adjust. Let's take a look now. Oh boy, that's up high now. That is up high. I don't think Levesque was purposely going high, but that's above the shoulders.
Yeah, I do think that very well could be a flagrant one foul.
I've been so confused this year because officials have been very inconsistent in calling the flagrant one. To me, early in the game, late in the game, that's a flagrant one.
They are still checking the monitor. Table side, Bo Levesque, the guy whose arm definitely got up there. So as they take another look to try to determine, and there was contact on the shoulder area, sort of the high chest before the arm moved up. Maybe they're trying to make a distinction there.
Well, see, Pangos is in his vision, and you can see the extension of the arm. Now, I'm tired of guessing, but to me, it's a flagrant one.
And Michael Irving, the official, nice enough to come over here table side and tell us, indeed, it is a flagrant one foul against Bo Levesque.
That's textbook, okay? Now, if you're a St. Mary's fan, you're complaining about it. If you're a Zag fan, you love it. If you're neutral and you're a fan of the officials, to me, that's a good call.
One of the best free throw shooters in the West Coast Conference, Kevin Pangos, very talented kid from Ontario. Will shoot the two, and the Zags will keep possession.
This is one of the hardest shots in basketball. On the road, nobody on the line, and everybody rooting against you.
Pangos handled it pretty well.
Yes, he did.
So Randy Bennett not real happy here, and in fact, Michael Reed is having a discussion with the St. Mary's coach before the ball goes back into live action. Mark Few can just be an observer from afar.
For now.
For now.
There'll be something he doesn't like.
And so now apparently Coach Bennett has gotten his point across to Mike Reed, and the officials are going to talk a little more.
I'd be guessing if I know what they're looking at here.
So we'll just have to wait and hear from those guys.
And it's the right guy. Yep, the foul's on Pangos.
Yeah.
Foul is against Pangos, I should say.
Yeah.
There's a situation, I saw a game this year where the officials treated this like a technical foul and anybody could shoot it, and that's not the rule.
And so that may well be the issue. St. Mary's will be charged with a timeout. And
that's right. When you go to the monitor to ask for a review, you're going to get charged.
Essentially, that's like a challenge. Now, we very rarely see this play in college basketball, but it's basically like the challenge system in the NFL. And if what you ask for does not turn out to be the way it was, you get charged with a timeout, and that's what St. Mary's had happen. So Zags up 11-4 and with the ball. Dranginis, another player who's redshirted for the Zags. A lob over the top. Good defense for Levesque. No, a foul. Levesque called for the personal.
And you can see Mark Few's strategy early is to pound it inside. This ball had a lot of air under it, but that's Levesque's second, right?
Yeah, so he's got to be careful. He's in the game at the moment. He's a very important player for St. Mary's. Fresh shot clock for the Zags. David Stockton with the ball. Dranginis on the perimeter.
Well, you mentioned it, Dave. Dranginis has played a lot more lately. Last 5 games averaging almost 6 points a game.
A super athlete. And a guy they think will be a big part of this Gonzaga program. Stockton, that's an offensive foul. He pushed off.
Now, part of the scouting report on David Stockton that St. Mary's went over yesterday is he has a tendency to push off right here. And it was a good job of defense by Holt. He acted pretty well, but he got the call because he was in the right spot.
But now St. Mary's with the ball after all that's gone on. Obviously, the emotions are so high here. And St. Mary's needs to start scoring a little bit. Dellavedova takes care of it from the outside. Zags number 2 offensive efficiency in the country, but St. Mary's is number 3. And these are 2 of the very best offensive teams in college hoops. Stockton attacks, Stockton scores.
He went off the wrong foot that time, and that's like a knuckleball pitcher in baseball. Hard to get a gauge on a guy who goes with that wrong foot layup.
Dellavedova had it poked from behind, not stolen though.
Now, you mentioned their efficiency. Both teams averaging 1.2 points per possession.
Extremely good numbers on both sides. Dellavedova.